Hey, my name is attorney Walter Rudolph Hnot III. I'm with Disability Resolution PA. Just to give you an idea as to who I am an attorney in Orlando, Orange County, and I've done more Social Security disability tutorial videos than any other human being and or group in existence at this point. So this is something that I'm passionate about, having people understand how the system works. And the one issue I have with the system is that, above all things, the education problem. People are not educated on it. Now, there's a zillion statutes I would change. I've thought many a times how I would change them. And there's usually beneficial ground for both the SSA and also the general public that can meet both needs. But I'm going to be doing a whole series on statutes, what they should be, how they should be rewritten. But for today, the question that we're going to be answering is, will a snowboarder or skier have an easier time getting onto Social Security disability benefits if they had a bad accident? Okay. Usually what you'll see with those types will be a mental issue where they've had too many concussions. You'll also see spine issues, knee issues, things like that. Those are traditionally the ones that pop up the most. What you need to know is that that one's going to come down to how old they are, okay, how bad the injury was, and also consistency of medical documentation. Let's say that person goes to a doctor, and Doctor 1 will state, hey, this is really, really bad, and frankly, I'm amazed that you can even partially walk. I mean, obviously you're having difficulty, you have a cane, but I'm amazed you can even walk. Person goes to doctor number 2. Doctor number 2 will state, well, I've seen worse. I see a lot of these types of accidents, yada yada. I understand where you're at. Frankly, I thought you'd be able to walk a little bit better. So now you've got what happens all the time, which is one doctor will say you're really bad, one doctor will say, you're not that bad. Okay. That will come up more often than not with skier and snowboarder accidents. There's another thing too, which is the gauging of a concussion. Okay, gauging how bad the person is, how badly their mind has been warped based upon these concussions. Have they had more than one concussion? Was it one concussion? Measuring the brain. Okay, that tends to be a little bit tricky, and I've noticed that for the most part, DDS reps will rely heavily on sending it out to some other doctor. And I've seen a lot of rejections at the DDS levels for this type of disability. Okay? I've seen a lot of rejections. First of all, it's extremely complex. And second of all, it's one of those things where, you've got to have a lot of consistent evidence measured in a similar way, hopefully from machinery, in my opinion, frankly, that was of the same make and design. Because I've seen a lot of reports come out that are very different, and you want to be able to show consistency. And there's no issue with going out and getting different tests and different, options, but it does tend to help where a doctor with a similar machine, with a similar overall, test result, comes back and states, well, it was this bad 12 months ago, and it's this bad today, or it's even worse today. It's usually how those things go. So that's kind of something to consider with that, all right? Is it easier for them to get onto disability? Well, there's another issue, which is the alleged onset date. Skiers, snowboarders, they tend to fall more than once throughout their career. The best skier in the world may not, but I know when I was snowboarding, I fell once every, other day. And I was a pretty darn good snowboarder. So the next thing you're going to have to go into is trying to figure out when this person really became severely disabled, which is the alleged onset date. Then you go back into, okay, when did they fall? What did they do? How did they fall? What resulted from it? Did they see a medical physician? Did they see just like a mountain, person that was there to pull them down from the mountain, and all they did was create a basic report of what they did? There's a lot of things here because, when somebody falls from skiing or snowboarding the first time, they tend to, in my opinion, just, I got a concussion, but I'm okay. They don't go to the hospital. They don't do anything. They're accustomed to it because, they're used to falling a lot. But when they have that really big fall, that they get a concussion from, they lump it into that, well, it's just part of the sport. So usually the alleged onset date will become, a secondary fall that's really bad, or a tertiary fall that's really bad, something like that. And the reason why that is that, let's be honest here. Basically, snowboarders, skiers, these are pretty tough people. Man, they're going down a mountain on a slick slope that's at a pretty extreme degree. Some of them wear helmets, some of them don't. They're tough guys, tough women too. So these are all things just to consider when looking at basically whether or not an individual is able to be found disabled who was a prior skier or snowboarder that had a fall. So just something to consider. Anyways, my name is Attorney Walter Rudolph Hnot III. I'm with Disability Resolution PA, an Orlando, Orange County-based Social Security disability law firm. If you would like the most up-to-date information, or you would like some sort of question answered, that's fine. Just give me a call or shoot me an email. We don't do customized videos. We do general tutorial videos. So please, please, please give me a call or shoot me an email. Don't put the information of your claim into the little bottom area of the YouTube videos, the Daily Motion videos, the Vimeo videos, the whatever. All right. You have an absolutely wonderful day. We'll go from there. Thanks so much. Bye-bye.